In a quiet town nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young woman named Emma. She was known for her bright mind and her unstoppable ambition. Emma dreamed of becoming a world-renowned architect, designing buildings that would touch the sky and inspire millions. She believed her ideas were groundbreaking, and she loved to talk about them. At every gathering, whether it was a coffee shop meetup or a family dinner, Emma would passionately describe her plans. "I'm going to design the tallest eco-friendly skyscraper," she'd say. "It's going to have vertical gardens on every floor." Her friends nodded, impressed. Her parents smiled proudly. Strangers admired her enthusiasm. But there was one problem. Emma wasn't making any real progress. Despite her big dreams and detailed plans, she was always stuck at the starting line. Weeks turned into months. Blueprints remained unfinished. Opportunities slipped away. She couldn't understand why. One evening, after yet another conversation filled with promises, but no results, Emma decided to take a walk to clear her head. She wandered to the edge of town, where she found an old greenhouse. It was run by Mr. Bennett, a quiet man who had the most vibrant garden in town. People often wondered how he managed to grow such beautiful flowers and rare fruits, but he rarely spoke about it. He simply worked. Curious, Emma stepped inside. The air smelled of fresh earth and blooming life. Mr. Bennett was tending to a small seed, planting it carefully in the soil. "What are you growing?" Emma asked. "Mr. Bennett glanced up and smiled gently. "Something special," he said. Emma tilted her head. "What is it?" "A rare flower." "A new kind of fruit," he chuckled softly. "You'll see." Days turned into weeks. Emma kept visiting, watching him water the tiny seed, adjust the sunlight, and nurture it in silence. He never told anyone what it was. He simply worked, patiently, consistently. One day, Emma couldn't hold back her curiosity any longer. "Why don't you tell people about what you're growing? Wouldn't it be exciting to share your plans?" Mr. Bennett wiped his hands on his apron and looked at her with kind but serious eyes. "Emma, let me tell you something my grandfather taught me. Seeds grow best in silence." Emma frowned. "What do you mean?" He motioned for her to sit beside him. "When you plant a seed, it's fragile. If you dig it up every day to show people, it won't grow. It needs time, care, and quiet to take root and become strong." He paused, letting his words settle. Then he continued, "Dreams are like seeds. The more you talk about them, the more you expose them to doubt, jealousy, and distraction. Every time you speak of them before they've grown, you take away their energy, you lose focus. And sometimes, you trick your mind into thinking you've already accomplished something, when in fact, you haven't moved an inch." Emma sat quietly, absorbing his words. "Let your work grow roots before you show it to the world," Mr. Bennett added. "That's how it becomes unshakable." Emma realized then why her dreams hadn't taken flight. She had spent so much time talking about what she would do. She forgot to do it. From that day on, she changed. Emma stopped announcing her plans. She stopped seeking praise before anything was finished. She woke up early, sketched quietly, studied tirelessly. She built models, learned new techniques, and applied for internships without posting about it or telling anyone. When her friends asked what she was working on, she smiled and said, "You'll see." Months passed, then a year, and then something extraordinary happened. Emma entered an international design competition with a concept that blended nature and architecture seamlessly. She won first place. Her design was picked up by a top firm in New York, and within 2 years, her buildings were on magazine covers. People were stunned by her sudden rise, but Emma knew it wasn't sudden at all. It was years of quiet work finally blooming.